Lord have mercy, that was difficult. What's up guys, Streamer here, welcome back to another video. So I just spent the last 15 minutes sitting here trying to put the veritable brick, the potential lethal weapon that is my phone, to an angle that doesn't give away everything about where I am, where I live, licenses, number plates and all that other stuff. And some people really don't care about that, but I kind of do, because privacy and all that. And I did recently get into a big disagreement with some people that I know, basically as to the reason why I don't give up my YouTube channel. Because I may not have told people this, but I need to stop telling people that I have a YouTube channel, because I don't like giving it out to people. One of the people that I accidentally gave it out to was someone at work, and that someone at work, he's the kind of person who acts like a man, but is actually has one of the most loose lips ever. And so he just bitches continuously about everyone. And so I don't know how many people in the company know about my channel, but I overheard them saying that, oh, he's complaining about the company. And it's like, even though I wasn't. So it's, yeah, I don't give away my channel, and I'm trying to be very private about it, to varying success. Anyway, what's up guys, Streamer here, welcome back to another video. Some of you may not have seen me for over a year. Because this is going to be on two channels. This is going to be on my health channel as well as my normal channel. Oh, I don't even know which one is normal. My non-health channel, even though sometimes it is health. Basically saying that as of next week, I will be coming back to YouTube for real this time, simply because I've finally got myself into a position whereby I have my own flat. Finally, I have my own 2-bedroom flat. I would be looking for someone to move in with me, probably at the end of the year, because I do like my own space and I'm way more creative that way. And so the next week I'm going to be brainstorming ideas as to what I'm going to do and topics I'm going to cover, because the current state of affairs politically and in terms of censorship, we have entire channels being shut down for quoting the World Health Organization and just all sorts of crazy stuff. And some of you can probably imagine what my opinion is on all of this craziness that's going on. It's not very favorable to the main line, let's just say, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I want to aim to immediately delete my channel straight away, which brings me on to something which I wanted to say earlier, because a lot of people are asking me where is my How to Reverse Autism channel videos part 2 and 3. And those videos were removed because my channel nearly got removed from YouTube completely, because I was trying to figure out why. Was it specifically the autism issue? But it wasn't. It's because in my second video, and I think in my third video, I used tags that were basically meant to be linking. I need to stop talking. I'm gonna edit that part out, because even saying it is difficult. It's linking the V word with the A word. And even though I wasn't really taking sides there, I was more or less just sort of giving my opinion as to what it may be. But doesn't matter. YouTube saw fit to give me two channel strikes, and I should have got a third one, because the first one went on my part 2, the second one went on my part 3, but it didn't happen on my part 1, and it took me ages to realize why my channel wasn't just yeeted off completely, because the autism part 1 was just backstory, so it didn't have the V word linking and the A word in the same video, so it wasn't actually taken down. But I've got some time to think about what I'm going to do about that. I actually will be reposting all of those in future, but I may not be doing it on YouTube, or if I do, it'll be a very PC friendly one. It'll still have all the information, but I'll be using air quotes and using the V word and the A word. And all that other nonsense that I can't believe we have to do. You know, I actually got into a big debate with someone recently about how, like, if you're banned from questioning science, it's no longer science, it's actually ideology. And they disagreed because they still have this rose-tinted glasses on that say that everything that comes from the government is correct and true, and why would they harm us, why would they hurt us, why would they do anything of the sort. And it's actually quite interesting seeing people from both sides of the aisle, because to me it's like, sorry, Santa Claus doesn't exist, these people don't care about you, and you have to take care of your own health. You know, why is it that the NHS is putting out all these videos on YouTube? Quite frankly insulting. Telling me how to wash my hands. I mean, that's something for some, you know, immigrant from like a third world country who has never used sanitation. That's the kind of thing that needs. How about how to take care of your immune system? How about the role of vitamin C in your immune system, and zinc and all the other stuff, but doesn't matter. So as of next week, I'm going to be going back and probably posting. I'm going to start with one video a day on my health channel, and then one video a day, one video a week on my health channel, and then I'm looking at about one video every 2-3 days on my normal channel, just so I get into it, because I still have a lot of equipment to buy, and I still have a lot of so I've got my posters, I've got a new motherboard coming in, because at the moment I can't hook up anything, because I bought some cheap nonsense Chinese piece of hardware that totally nearly bricked my computer, so I have to get a new motherboard. But on the health channel, I realized that looking over at some of my previous videos, it was a bit too much of, I'm just going to sit here and tell you what happened and not let me show you what's happening as it's happening, with the exception of like when I was trying to quit smoking, when I was trying to quit all this other stuff, and my water fast, which I will be planning on doing one in the next few weeks. No, weeks, more like months. But I'm actually kind of excited because my teeth have gone to crap, because I've not been following my own advice. During the house move, before the house move, I was living in basically a retirement home, because everyone there was 50 and over, and there were like 12 people in the house, including me, all men, and except for one other dude who was like 37. It was horrible, and I had people nicking my stuff. I actually naively had this idea that like if I went into a house full of men, I wouldn't have to deal with that. But what I didn't realize was that actually men can be just as bitchy, if not more bitchy. So every day I was just hearing someone else's drama through the walls, and even in the hallways, and it's just like bloody hell. So and also some stuff that was happening with my family as well. I kind of fell into a bit of a depression for feels like the last bloody year, quite frankly. But the light at the end of the tunnel was that I finally managed to get myself to a point whereby I have my own space to myself, which I will be making sure that is to myself. I do not want anyone moving in with me for as long as I can afford it. I want to be by myself for as long as I can afford it. And so it's time for me to regenerate my teeth, and I'm quite excited to show you guys what it actually looks like week by week by week, when you see cavities reforming, when you see certain growths happening, when you see sort of gaps closing up, and you see like chips and stuff sort of healing up. And yeah, it'll be interesting. And I also keep getting the question, can you regenerate a tooth fully? And the reason why I don't answer that question is because the method to do it is so long, and it requires balls of steel. It requires perseverance. You basically have to get yourself, okay, if you want to look up stories of an anecdotal experience and some case studies of people who have fully regenerated teeth, you look up some of the files that are in the Gerson report, or try and find some of the case reports from people in the Gerson clinic, and they will say that a few of them had all of their teeth regrow. And that was, except for the ones that had root canals in them, because root canal technically is a dead tooth, although I personally believe that you can regenerate dead teeth using certain other elements, let's just say. But they were in clinical conditions. They were getting juices every day. They were having colonics and enemas every day. They were having all sorts of other stuff. They were having specialized supplements every day. And they were having zero crap for like nearly a year. Then and only then, you know, are you actually able to do that? I'm sorry, there is no, like, we don't give our teeth time, even like 5 minutes, to like stop and regenerate. And we soften them up by depleting them of minerals, and then we don't give them the chance to be able to bounce back by eating healthy foods and, you know, all of the other stuff. So there's literally no point me telling you. What I should say is, could you be healthy for a week? If you're not able to be healthy for a week, there's no reason why you want some, well, I know the reason, but like, tough, like it's not going to happen. Basically, the best thing you can do, unless you can follow that kind of a regimen, then sure, go ahead. You know, I could do a video on that if people are interested, but I kind of want to show you guys what I do and what I go through. And I plan on fixing my front teeth within about 3 or 4 months, because it does take a while to actually regrow and get all the minerals back in and to kickstart the diet, because it isn't just physical, it's also emotional. This is the reason why it's like, oh well, if you know all this stuff about health, why aren't you just healthy all the time? Well, because this journey towards health immediately drove me into basically life forced me to learn the lessons that I was ignoring, and learning why I cannot stop eating and certain foods, and why I can't stop exploiting certain vices. And once you can do that, then you have the ability to basically go on these diets for long periods of time, unless you are in a clinically controlled environment where someone forces you to do it, which I've always wanted to do. But even then, there's the issue of, are you actually processing those emotions, or are you just there, you know, causing problems for yourself? But anyway, all that stuff and more, because my channel is way too focused on teeth and autism, but that's what people really want to listen to. But I really look forward to finding out and like brainstorming and like finding out what I'm gonna do. I'm basically gonna lock myself in a room in my flat and just not come out until I've had a good idea, because during the house move I've had no time to actually properly think about what is the best way of doing it. But recently, since everything has been settled, now I can actually think, okay, where do I actually want to go with this, you know? And yeah, I think I really want to get back into it and try some different stuff. And despite what people say, what a few of my longtime fans think, I will probably be doing a third channel for video games, because it's one of those things that when I first started 6 years ago, it was originally going to be just me playing video games and talking, but I thought, let me just talk about something that I can actually talk about instead of having people watch stuff. But I've always wanted to do one, and every year I'm like, it's so easy, I've got so much footage, and I just want to make not just like let's plays, but like funny clips and like edited stuff, because I really enjoy doing it. I've done a few videos just for my own personal viewing, and I was just laughing the whole way through. And when you do something you love, you always find the energy to keep going. And that's what I find when I get into those feelings of flow, those few, unfortunately, and far between feelings where I literally go to bed. I'm not actually driving anywhere, but I realize that if I want to go on just a drive and talk, I probably shouldn't take the most heavily trafficked part of the area. But anyway, look out for more videos next week. Subscribe to my other channel if you want to hear about my own personal journey and my NoFap stuff, because I did have to separate those two into two different channels, because a divided audience where you have people talking about NoFap and then you have everyone else who's like, when are you going to talk about health topics? And I'm just like, okay, I kind of need to split the channels. But if you're interested in that, and like personal vlogs and daily vlogs and stuff like that, which should be resuming on Monday, or if I feel like, yeah, I could just turn off this camera and do one right now. Yeah, Freeman out. Peace. I really need to not take the most heavily. I now have to go back through the traffic that's even worse to get back. Yeah, I need to memorize this area.